Oops. What's up, everyone? It's Gabby Trades here, and welcome back to the channel. Let me do another check on the music actually out here. Yeah, I think we're good. So welcome everyone. Let's see who's here. Say hi in the chat box. Lucian, hello again. Well, Wall Street is betting on recession being over, contrary to what many others believe out there. Now, what's the reason for this, you may ask? So we're gonna look into that today, as well as the crazy PA that we're having this week, of course, including your guys' favorite alts over here. But before we jump in, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here, welcome, and hit the small bell so you never miss a live breakdown here with me. So for today, you guys, you have to excuse me if my voice is being weird. I'm not sure, probably it is, but I am a little bit sick this week, but trying to recover and catch some good trades regardless. But first of all, we're gonna start with what happened on Friday. We had the NFP. So we created 22,000 jobs instead of what we were expecting to get as a data, which was 75,000 expected. So that was not great, and the unemployment raised to 4.3%, which is the highest level over here, if you can see on this chart, since 2021. So of course that surprised the markets big time, and the Feds are expecting to cut rates sooner than expected. Now, why does this matter? Well, of course it matters because now we might be seeing a chance of raising instead of 25 to 50 basis points in the September meeting. And you know, a lot of the analysts are predicting for 50 basis points right now. And you got to think about the fact that we're having the lower jobs over here, and that is going to trigger the rate cuts. And then once we have the rate cuts, that is going to help the markets. That is going to help crypto. It's going to help boost the overall markets, and it's going to weaken the dollar. And same thing we have seen here with the 10-year yields that have been completely trembling over here. And this week, we've seen them drop to almost 4%. So that is, again, the same thing, hurting the dollar, and it's going to be expected for the stocks to be boosted over here. So in terms of the news, what we're having today is actually very interesting, and a lot of people are not talking about that. I mentioned it in my own personal channel. If you guys aren't following, go check my personal channel, YouTube channel, in the description box. But it's regarding the BLS, which is expected to substantially trim annual job gains in its latest report. So that's happening today at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So that is a benchmark revision, which is based on the QCEW data set, and a lot of the institutions are expecting a downward adjustment to more than 500,000 to 800 jobs being reduced over here from the for the year from, I think was it May last year, May up to March 2025. So that is going to be a big one today. Even though it's not reflected in the calendar this week on Tuesday, it is a big one. But also midweek, we're going to have the core CPI and PPI, which is double dose of inflation reports as usual. So we're seeing the forecasts over here. We're having it as 0.3 core PPI and the PPI, and then you have CPI as well, core CPI, and that is going to be also 2.9 year over year, with core CPI at what was it, 3.1 expectations. But anyway, so if we're getting a hotter reading over here, we need to be mindful that that could tighten the Fed's stance over here, and the dollar could rise. Of course, crypto is going to fall if we're gonna get that tomorrow and the day after. And if we're getting any cooler readings, that is going to, of course, help the rate cuts odds, and risk assets are going to rally. Now, in terms of the recession being over, We're gonna look into that right now, and this is actually Wall Street's take on it. This is Morgan Stanley that is saying over here that we've actually hit a bottom. So what they're saying basically is that the sluggish jobs data marks the end of the recession, not the start. They're calling it a rolling recovery with different sectors being on their own schedule in a way. So despite the near volatility that we're seeing with Fed signals, with the cuts and with the jobs, they're seeing a strong potential rally into the end of the year and coming into 2026. So that is huge, you guys. That is huge. And they're looking into the particular sectors. Actually, they're looking more into healthcare and small caps to start gaining a bit of a momentum over here. So that's important because, right, these are the smart money and they're not fearing at all whatsoever. So if you look at this chart, you can see that the previous times that we were touching the bottoms, we are then recovering from that. So I think that is what they're seeing right now for us. All right, let's see who's in the chat box. You guys, welcome everyone. Make sure to start chatting in the chat box. I'm not sure why you're not doing it. Make sure to hit the like button, and let's move on into today's reading. The market just opened and price is a little bit rejecting over here. So we're going to have a look at the plan for the coming few days and etc. First of all, let's look at Bitcoin and assess a little bit structurally what's happening right now. So Bitcoin has been in a very nice downtrend, I would say, like very nice rotation over here, and we said that this rotation needs to stop right now because we're seeing on a lower time frame, hello Refera, on a lower time frame we can see definitely the structural changes over here on Bitcoin. And as we were discussing today on my main channel as well, you guys, if you're not part of that, make sure to go ahead and check this out. I'll show you in the description box how you can find it with all the goodies, the rest of the goodies that you can find over here. I have a feeling this is gonna restart again, so make sure to stop it over here. So you just click more under the video, and then you can find my main YouTube channel. And also, most importantly, you can find all of the deals that I have here for you, especially Tabbit. Have a look because you have up to $200,000 over here that you can get in deposits, and we're gonna look at the platform a little bit in a second with you guys, but make sure to check that in the description box. So we have only 15 likes and we have 60 people over here, so that really doesn't make any sense. You guys, make sure to smash that like button. Okay, great. So structurally, I wanted to show you here for Bitcoin. It's very clear, but if it's unclear for you, well, over here you have in a way, just like we said earlier, some sort of maybe head and shoulders formation. If you are like a traditional trader, you'll probably see that sort of formation over here for Bitcoin. So right now, what it was very important was for us to beat these two relatively equal highs. Ideally today, as we're seeing, we're not having the momentum right now, but this could be like a simple dump, to then continue and take these highs over here. So let's see how that plays out, but this is what I'm waiting on. I'm still long Bitcoin from the lows down here, so I'm absolutely fine with that. But what I'm expecting over here is for these highs to be taken and price to find some sort of resistance over here in the sell zone with a potential new higher low created over here, from which I'm hoping to start buying. We got a little selling at New York Session. Abdul Wahab. Yeah, I agree. Usually, when that dumping is happening at New York Open, it is usually a buy, right? This is what the technicals have been for quite some time right now. But again, let's focus on a higher time frame where Bitcoin is, and we discussed that together with you last week, if you remember. So this is a very, very important level, right? 112 Bitcoin over here, extremely important level. It used to be a previous all-time high over here. So we discussed last week together. This is an inflection point for the market down here. Okay, this is a personal question. Let's have a look. Where is your accent from? I'm always curious. I'm originally from Bulgaria, but then like I've lived and studied around in different countries, including Holland, Germany, you name it, England. So I'm a bit like all over the place with my accent. I can't really pin it down myself, to be honest. But anyway, so as you can see, the level of the previous all-time high, massive inflection point, huge wall of sellers created around this. So yes, the level is indeed super valid, and all of these levels from before on the price action, you guys, you need to pay attention to these kind of things over here. So on a daily, to be honest, I'm quite bullish on the day itself. The week entirely, I am not sure. Like I said, potentially up here in the sell zone, I might reconsider, potentially take some profits finally on the long that I'm holding since last week, almost 2 weeks now. Over here, so let's see how that goes. But yeah, that is the plan for now, because I want to see, we had the true month open. This is the yellow marking over here at 8th of September, so that is going to mark your true month open. So officially for me and the way I trade, again, you guys, check in the description box. You can sign up for the course waitlist as well. I can teach you these things, but for me, officially the month starts from the second week of of the month, whatever it is. But like I said before, don't try and chart it yourself, because I have specific methods of doing that. So basically, this is what I'm looking at for Bitcoin for this week. Let's hope that I'm right. Again, we have the daily supports over here. You guys make sure you screenshot these, because they're usually very important points, such as the true month open. Of course, you have the month open, then you have the true month open over here, and you can see it is a very precise tap into that zone for a buy. So for now, it's looking good. Is this the real Gabby? Why? Because I have my hair up? No, because I'm sick and I can't be bothered to do my hair. But anyway, so what else for Bitcoin? So yeah, basically we just need to see a little bit more of a structure break over here to gain a little bit more momentum, and then if that happens, price is pretty much clear to send it up to levels like 117k with no problem. In fact. So yeah, we looked at Bitcoin dominance last week as well, in the last week. So this was basically what we were expecting, for price to just like kind of play about and drop over here. So it seems like it's working for now. And earlier on my channel, we were reviewing it. Again, it seems like a very healthy rotation to the downside on Bitcoin from, higher highs. We had so many of those up to, 66%. And now we're getting into a healthy bearish trend, right? You can see the channels very clear over here, a bearish consolidation, send down, bearish consolidation again, send down, and another bearish consolidation here, send down. This is what I'm pretty much waiting on here for Bitcoin dominance. Yes, you guys hit the like button. Oh, thank you. So yeah, but still good on Bitcoin dominance over here. It had its time. It's at some point, it needed to stop this huge momentum on Bitcoin. So probably that's the moment over here. And we have the liquidity down at 54%. We're looking for more liquidation levels to the downside. But yeah, at the very minimum here, 54% for Bitcoin dominance. Now let's have a quick look at Ethereum. Now ETH is I'm very in the middle about ETH with the current price action that we're seeing. Very nasty consolidation, and this red line over here is another inflection point that I've tried to mark here for you, and is an area, very, very valid zone back from May. This is an all-time high, all-time high for Ethereum. So again, extremely, important zone. And you can see how price is playing about exactly in that area. Buyers are very stubborn and they're trying to hold this area for dear life. Let's see if if they manage to maintain that, and if they can't manage to maintain that, just like we said last week, I'm expecting for Ethereum to drop down and retest the 4,000 levels over here in that area. For me, like, I can trade this in multiple ways. Hello, David FX. Hello, Z Trader. So yeah, you guys, if you're looking for a place to trade this, Tapbit is a great upcoming exchange over here that you can trade with. You can find on that exchange actually like over 400 spot pairs. And over here, they have a very nice user-friendly interface that you can simply just draw your charts on and trade on this. So in my case over here, very bad internet lately. I don't even know how I'm live and everything is fine. But yeah, so this is probably like one of the setups that I'm looking to take on Ethereum if price decides to roll over at around that. So if you want screenshot that, you guys. But anyway, even with the drop, I'm not expecting for price to break structure. That is going to be absolutely insane if we get a break of structure to the downside on Ethereum. So yeah, very nice user face over here on Tapbit. You guys, the link is in the description box just here. The first, you can get up to 32,200. They have the most bonuses I've seen so far in an exchange. So make sure you tap into, if you're looking to trade, to support Coin Bureau, to support me. You can use that link if you're interested. So yeah, let's have a look on the 4-hour time frame for ETH real quick. So see, the good thing over here is that we left this liquidity. So I shared this on my Discord earlier. Through in the weekend, we had a different sort of formation. The triangular formation started here. It was like that. And then just price came, took liquidity and dropped down immediately. So that was the initial structure. But now we keep creating higher lows over here. So price is still valid. So this is still a valid liquidation point over here that we need to be looking out for Ethereum. So overall, I'm quite positive with that liquidity up here at 4,488. And then, of course, we've been discussing for quite some time now that we're looking at the 5K for ETH as well. Solana has been doing absolutely great. Now, a slight problem with Solana I have, and I also said that on my main channel. If you guys don't follow my main channel, go ahead. It's called Gabby Trades over here. You can find the link. Howdy, Reiko-san. I don't know if I said that right. But yesterday I was basically looking for Solana to break the 214 level, and it didn't, right? We had a body close below it. So I don't count that as a break. And today, yeah, we're trading above it. Fair enough. But this might as well just be, a weak situation where we drop from to retrace a little bit more. And in that retrace, then you'll be looking for price to maintain structure. So what is that going to mean? Well, that is going to mean that you'll be looking for something like this, right? You'll be looking for this point over here. And that is essentially where you would like to, reposition in a case where price is, staying solid. When price is staying solid and it just wants to keep rotating, creating higher lows, this would be the zone anywhere between $200, and anywhere between $204 and $200. I think it's a good point over here. And of course, if that fails, you would very well have, the true month open here as a support. You would be looking at 186 if that happens. So if we get a drop over here, this is one potentiality, right? And then you have the second, in case we're getting more drops to the downside, then you'll be looking to find support somewhere here to continue up for Solana, you guys. Make sure you put all your alt requests in the box, because I'm gonna go ahead and look at all the alts for you guys over here, and let me know what sort of videos are you interested for me to make for you guys on the Coin Bureau Trading channel, besides live streams. Like, what do you want to see? Lucian, I think this is the perfect demand zone. Yeah, it looks very healthy. It looks very healthy. I agree with you. And it should be a nice rotation point as well. Immediately we're going to the requests over here for the alts. I can show you obviously the alts also that I'm looking at, but we're going to talk about the ones that you're interested in as well. So over here, 1st of September, we finally took the liquidity on SUI. So that's what we've been discussing that for quite a bit, that we want to take that liquidity. So that liquidity is finally taken. As you can see, unfortunately, price is just trading at this resistance, daily resistance. And that resistance is back from mid-May this year. That's when we created that inflection point. So it's, you know, it's very valid, extremely valid point. So what you're practically looking over here is for SUI to maintain its position, because essentially you do have a sell setup over here. Why do you have a sell setup? Well, at the very least, you are seeing a balanced price action over here. Look, balanced price action over here. So I'm usually looking for sales when I see something like that. This is going to be a perfect sell for me. I'm not even going to think twice over here. And where would be my first take profits? Well, potentially somewhere around here. Let's say if I manage to take that short within here, very tight stop loss, you'll be looking to take profits somewhere within this range. I don't even think I'll put my stop loss that high, to be honest. So somewhere like that, I probably would have been in something like this. I am short though. Today I gave you know, that setup on my Discord on SPX, but I already took profits on that trade over here. It was a very nice, you know, quick short for me. I still have the position running, but I've closed 50% because I was quite happy with that move here on SPX. You guys, yes, share this video, because Coin Bureau Trading is so close to reaching 100K followers. It's going to be a massive milestone for the Coin Bureau Trading channel, which I recently joined. So it's going to be quite amazing. What a great job has everyone done on this channel. What else did we have? Did we look at SUI? You said APT. Okay. Yes, a huge interest on this channel for APT. So we're gonna go ahead and look at APT one more time. So yeah, we had a clear trajectory to take this liquidity. I think last time when we were looking at it, we were targeting this liquidity. So now on a 4-hour time frame, a small inflection point here from back in July that we're seeing price rejecting from into a fair value gap on a 4-hour time frame. So again, not only that, you do have balanced price action, so that's essentially a sell zone. You can see how price has been rejecting several times from it, right? You have a rejection once, you know, you have a rejection twice over here, and then this is essentially the third time. So what you're looking for APT is right now for this zone to be broken, right? You want to break this zone right now to get a little bit more confidence on APT for this trade. And if you're like very 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 bullish on it, you probably could DCA into it, as we have the daily time frame that we've been looking at, you guys, at $5.1 on APT, absolutely imminent. But I'm gonna warn you that even if you're good, even if from the buy zone you're long, because we've been together since then, so even if you're long from when we were looking to get long on APT, once you take that liquidity, it is a very dangerous zone to be playing around here. So that is going to mean that once this liquidity is taken, I'm going to be looking for some sort of a short position on APT. You can adjust your stop loss nicely over here, maybe even a little bit higher than the actual liquidation point. So then it is cleared quite nicely. I think it's gonna be nice opportunity for a second short over here on APT. But for now, the trajectory is clear, and the trajectory is to the $5.1 on APT. You know, NEAR is interesting. Let's have a look at NEAR. It did quite well today, 4.3% on the day. Very good price action. I like it. We had this daily liquidity down here. Now we've clearly, you guys, honestly, just go ahead and grab the indicators for yourself. You can find them again in the description box. I'm telling you, go and grab them. Yes, you have to pay like 18 bucks for it or something, but that's because they've developed from a very good platform. So make sure you go ahead and take them. They're gonna save you so much trouble, show you all of the support and resistances on the charts that you need to be interested in. So yeah, basically NEAR is showing us that it took some liquidity to the downside, from which is absolutely happy to continue up. It doesn't even care to drop to the buy zone particularly. So it cleared the liquidity, happy days. Right, but right now it's facing a little bit of troubles over here. So we've created this low of a retest here of some sort of little tiny breaker block. So that low was created, and now we're retesting again. So yeah, it could be an inflection point as well. It used to be back in 11th of June. It used to be back on 26th of April. So as you can see, this point is quite important over here for price action. So it's basically make or break moment type of situation for NEAR. But overall, NEAR is looking quite good, I feel. Let's have a look. I think on a weekly we had something. Didn't we have weekly time frame liquidity? Yes, double liquidity for NEAR. So yeah, the double liquidity is very nice over here. So that is giving us more confirmation that we can, you know, nicely ride this trend up to like $9 for NEAR. So if you think that you've missed out, you haven't missed out on anything, don't stress out at all, because it's even valid if price drops down one more time to retest the 2.2 area before it continues its way up. So these things are very, very possible. So yeah, let's see daily time frame. See daily time frame, we've taken the liquidity, but we haven't really tapped into the buy zone. In super major inflection point over here where price is dropping from for many times. So let's see if that's going to happen. But again, if you are like a super duper conservative trader, you might want to wait, right? You might want to wait for NEAR to break $3 and then go ahead and trade it. Do you know what I mean? Render. Brilliant price action on Render. Massive you know, liquidity on the weekly time frame over here. Daily is looking absolutely perfect. $12 over here are looking like a very good target to me. Yeah, I mean, see, Render a little bit weak in a sense of it's not like respecting the buy zone to that extent, but instead it is dropping down and retesting our zone. This is the daily. Again, you can get that with the indicators, you guys. Go and get them. Don't know what to tell you. But anyway, this is a very important point created back in February 2025. All right, so you want to have these things on your chart. Do you see what I mean? You want to have these things on your chart, and when they're being respected in the way they are, it is very, very good. So yeah, major resistance over here. You might want to wait a little bit. There is still a lot to go to $12. There is still a lot of you know, time. So again, in case we come up, you're gonna face some sort of resistance over here once again. And again, when that happens, if that happens, let's say from down here, you would be looking to re-enter, right? For eventually for that zone to be broken. You guys are very welcome. So tell me, how are you doing this week? Are you actually on the plus side? I don't know how I'm ending up profitable in the last 2 weeks. I have no idea. But yeah, it's working out. Okay, cool. And we're gonna have a look at Link real quick. Same thing for Link. Link is actually at weekly support, which is quite crazy. This is major weekly support created back on March 2024. So what can I tell you? Link is rejecting the 0.5. You know, it's not something that I'm very fond of. This is the red line. I mean, this is from the higher range perspective, rejected. Of course, 0.236 is a buy zone. And now naturally you're rejecting once again from the 0.5, but the weekly support needs to hold this time. And if it doesn't, we have a little bit more zones to look out for on a daily time frame as well. But it looks fine for now, right? Because if you start dropping below these areas, you will, you know, potentially start breaking structures. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. But in a case of a drop, this is going to be like a very, very good buy, right? So let's say, you know, we play about over here, we drop down, we retest the demand zone, and we should be sending from there. So yeah, very, very possible if that happens. I'm totally looking for that. Let's delete this so this is a little bit more clear. Very possible. And we could also send it from here directly as well. Relatively equal highs over here. Great targets, right? All of them would be good targets. And of course we have liquidity on a higher time frame. But like I said, for a link, for Chainlink, I don't want to be one of these people that is sitting and waiting for like $50. I don't think, you know, that's going to be, it might be like, I don't know. But for me as a conservative trader watching my risk, I'm going to be looking at, you know, my max at around 0.786. Can we get more? Absolutely. But am I going to protect myself? 1000%. Discovering Florida, love your TA. Thank you so much, you guys. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. And like I said, let me know in the chat box. Make sure to like that video. Let me know in the chat box if you are like, I don't know, if you want to see some specific TA from me, or like maybe some teachings. I don't know, you guys, let me know, because I'm gonna start doing 1 or 2 pre-records for you guys. I feel like you need that, not only the live sessions, because not many people can make it over here. Yeah, Doge has been fine. Am I looking at the right chart? I'm probably not looking at the right chart. Hold on, excuse me. Doge, yeah, this looks more like my chart, wouldn't you agree? Because I have to go ahead and chart the new one. I'm not doing that because I have the charts already. Yes, you guys, make sure to hit that like button. Doge is looking fine. You know, one of the reasons why I like it, I still hold it as well, spot. But yeah, again, quite a bit of a sell wall over here, just like with everything. We're seeing quite a bit of a wall created over here. So I don't really like that particularly, and I'd like to see it broken before anything. But again, within the buy zone, holding, you know, the daily support over here within the buy zone, I like that. So I'm still fond of it. And if we decide to drop again, I'll probably consider it just part of this range again. You know what I mean? When I see ranges like this, they tend to hold, right? Or not, right? Sometimes they might not hold. But if they don't hold, we have a lower zone for Doge, 0.17. If that happens, boy oh boy, will that be amazing. That would be so great. But obviously I don't know if it's going to happen, and I don't think it's going to happen. So yeah, I think betting on that is good, for me at least. You guys, you're very welcome. I'm so happy you find everything so interesting. And again, if you're looking for a nice place to trade, try Tabbit. Very nice user face. I've been charting on it by itself. They have lots of indicators. I think I'm gonna make a video on that, you guys, so you get to learn you know, a little bit of the, you know, traditional indicators and how they work. I don't obviously use a lot of them, but yeah. So yeah, again, you guys, I want to thank you so much for being here. Make sure to check the description box and follow my main channel, main YouTube channel, and all the deals that we have down here for you, including Tabbit, with the highest bonus. So you guys, all right, we'll do one more. I saw XRP because I was looking at the video. Let's have a look at XRP. So you see, with XRP, the situation is just like every other alt, but we're gonna give context to it, right? So where is the inflection point for XRP? Well, it is 26th of February over here. Is it 26th? March 2025. All right, 2025 level, major level for price to be rejecting from. So the thing is, over here, we're clearly rejecting from that level. That was my expectation this morning when I did the, you know, the live stream for my main channel. But yeah, I don't particularly like it right now, but it's been holding quite nicely. So yes, I would like for $3 as well, you know, a major psychological level. There is no doubt about it. Like, there is no second questioning about that. But you do want to break that. To get a bit more, you want to break that level, maybe retest it and send it, but without breaking it, it's not very convincing. It's not very convincing. And ideally, you actually want to break it on a weekly time frame. You want to break it on a weekly time frame, because on a daily, you have had a body close above it once, and then nothing happened after that. So you kind of want to watch it on the weekly. To get a little bit more security. But you know, I think that XRP is gonna do really, really well. So yeah, we're definitely looking into that as well. But you guys, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you and your support. Make sure to smash that like button if you like my hair up and that I'm streaming a little bit sick for you. And check the description box for my main channel for everything you guys are interested. You can find it down in the description box, and make sure to come and watch me again on Thursday. Hope you have a great rest of your day.